here. We've got one more artist tonight. And I've been the lucky dog who's gotten to host all this here on Red's Room. This is Mark Jeggers, also known as Mississippi Slide, also known as the front man of the Crimson Blues Band. But we're going to bring up something else. We'll talk about that another time. We're going to bring up Brother Phil and Calvin Joe, this pair here. Folks, tell us about, first of all, how you guys doing?
We're doing good. I'm good.
Yeah.
What about you, Cal?
Yeah, greetings
Doing
from the
good.
City of Angels, my
And-
friend, Mississippi Slim.
Yes,
Mississippi Slide.
Yes. So tell us a little bit about yourself and what you're going to do for us tonight.
Well, I go by the moniker of the Jazz Roots Singer because that was the band that Phil and I started, and the Jazz Roots Experience. And so we're kind of a mixture of gospel and roots music together, a little bit of country here, and then I put in the jazz,
Cool.
and so we're kind of a different kind of blend of music that we do, and we've been over the years we've done a lot of prison ministry, also out in the homeless community. We were one of the worship bands for the LA Mission, and then one of our traditions that Phil and I do with another bandmate, Tommy Ross, we go out to the federal prison on Christmas Day, and we share some Christmas songs to the inmates. So every year we do about 8 cell blocks. So that's been a cool ministry to be able to do that. And I know that when we do that, we really bless those inmates. I mean, they're hardcore, many of them, to say the least, you know.
Right.
But, you know, when someone comes out on Christmas Day, it really means a lot to them. And then we kind of put a jazzy spin to everything we do. So,
That's cool. Alrighty. Well, I've got some interest. You know, there's some interesting stuff I want to chat with you about, but we need to hear some music first to get started. So I'm gonna let
okay.
you brothers kick it off.
All right, so this first song we're gonna do, it's a classic song by Martin Smith from 1995. He is like one of the pioneers of the modern worship music, and once I start playing, you'll know the song. But this is really unique what we're doing. So this is the first time you'll get to see a guitar lele in action, and with some crazy caples on it. And so let's get started.
All right.
Over the mountains and the sea, river runs with love for me. I will open up my heart, let the healer set me free. I'm happy to be in the truth. I will daily lift my hands. I will always sing when your love came down. Yeah. I can sing of your love forever. 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 Take it, Bill. Over the mountains and the
sea. Your river runs with love for me, and I will open up my heart and let the healer set me free. I'm happy to be in the truth, and I will daily lift my hands. I will always sing when your love came down. I can sing of your love forever. I could sing of your love forever. I could sing of your love forever. I could sing of your love forever. Oh, I feel like dancing. It's foolishness, I know. When the world has seen the light, they will dance with joy like we're dancing now. I could sing of your love forever. 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 Woo.
Oh, very cool, guys. That's cool.
Thank you.
Very cool. So you guys, I tell you, but I found out you guys are involved in like prison ministries and homeless outreaches and stuff, and that perked my ears up. My band, we do similar stuff. We do homeless outreaches. We do drug and alcohol recovery programs. And we've gotten into, we don't have good connections, but we've gotten into a prison opportunity one time, and I've gone and played in prison outreaches with some friends in a different band. So tell me what leads you to want to go do outreach in that area.
In the prisons?
Oh my God.
Yeah, in all those places other than like inside the sanctuary where everybody's in neat rows with suits and ties.
Actually, we
Yeah.
love that too, but
Yeah, I should probably chime in on that. Gosh, it's about 20 years ago now that I was in a band called the Lowell Edward Band, which is which Calvin is an extension of because he knew Lowell and a few other musicians that we used to work with, and there was a desire to get beyond playing church events. All right. I want to really do real serious ministry and for the furtherance of the gospel. And it was difficult trying to find the resources on our own. And I know you're talking about, how you get your way into that world. And it is a different world. But long story short, basically, is that I knew a guy from my church who had been doing ministry at the towers in downtown Los Angeles for a long time. Big tall guy, locked in, get locked in a cell block with the guys, and they just leave him alone in there with them, and he preached the gospel. And he got me in contact with a chaplain in the youth facilities, which used to be called the Youth Authority, which Jerry Brown shut down when he came into office several years ago. But Youth Authority was great, and we had an in to where we met a guy who was able to get us into every facility from San Diego all the way to Fresno. And we were on the road pretty much at least 2 weekends out of the month doing that for many, many years. And it took us into the LA Mission, who one of the band members is a senior chaplain over there, Tim Law. And we started doing the once a month over there many years ago as well. And we just kept on going until we get kicked out of someplace. And the only thing that slowed us down was the COVID.
Yep.
Right. I know. Same here. Yep.
I had many mentors when I was growing up, and I grew up in the Crenshaw area, which is where the Crips and the Bloods were, and so I went to Crenshaw High School. But my little tiny church was there. We were a multi-ethnic church, and one of my mentors back then was a guy named Paul Higa, and actually Phil doesn't know this, but he became the head of the juvenile halls. And he was the probation manager for all of LA County, and so he was always a role model. But I was always afraid. But guys like Phil and Lowell and all those guys, they gave me courage, and so they gave me little baby steps. As Calvin's like, come on out to the juvenile hall. It's like, it's safe, Calvin. They tell me stories later,
right?
About, but it's no, but I'm under protective, custody. But I still remember, like, when we went into the more serious jails, like the no hostage policy. That was kind of like, whoa. That was like, what, was that Lancaster? That was Lancaster, right?
Lancaster, yeah.
That was some serious, there's some serious criminals there.
Oh, yeah. Terminal Island.
Terminal Island, yeah. That was a
It's
federal
kind of
prison.
it's kind of like dual vocational up here. Yeah.
Oh, yeah? Oh.
Yeah.
When years ago when my dad was living, he actually worked a few years as a guard there
Wow.
at DVI. Yeah.
Wow.
So I got this other band who we're friends with. I got to go with them into DVI, just not when my dad was there, but more recently. And yeah, it's a whole different world. But it's a place. I'll tell you, some of these places where a lot of folks are not that comfortable going to, they're places where they've really got their ears perked up to hear the good news about Jesus, man.
Oh yeah, they're a captive audience, honestly, and
Well, they are, but they're also hungry too.
Right.
Oh, absolutely. They
Right,
understand forgiveness. They understand the desire to be forgiven. Many of them,
Yeah.
not all of them. So no, it's
Yeah.
awesome, And
Absolutely.
most
Well, I
people
want to talk about this some more, but people are itching to hear some more music. So why don't you hit another song before we continue?
Sure.
Okay, sure. So this one's called "Dear God." It's written by one of my heroes. His name is Dr. Wes Terasaka. He's the Asian American Bob Dylan, and so and he's written so many beautiful songs. So this is one of them. It's called "Dear God." Heavenly Father, please hear my prayer. Say, are you listening? Do you care? All of my running, all of my sin, it's time to stop now. Jesus coming, Jesus come into my life. I believe you. Take away all my old self and make me new. I need to be new. Father, forgive me for all that I've done. Give me your spirit, make me your son, and we'll live together from this moment on, now and forever, forever, dear God. Jesus, come into my life. I believe you.
take away all my old sins and make me new. I need to be new. Jesus, come into my life. I believe you. Take away all my old sins and make me new. I need to be new. Forever then
Very nice. Very nice. You guys are doing an awesome job there, I've got to say. And there's comments in the Facebook feed that agree.
God bless you guys. Thank you.
I just want one other thought that I was going to mention about you've gotten to play at the LA Rescue Mission, which is really cool. And the reason that came to mind is because our band back in 2013, we were down there for a road trip or something else, and we were very blessed and fortunate to get to play there too, and we really loved it. And recently, when we did a road trip down south, I got in touch with new people there. You kind of reestablished connections and wanted to come play again. But unfortunately, the weekend I was down there was already booked by Hillsong, and so we couldn't get in that day. But Lord willing, we'll get to go back and play again soon.
I tell you what, like I say, my dear brother Tim Law is still one of the senior chaplains over there. There's a couple of guys.
That name rings a bell. I think he's the guy that I dealt with back in 2013.
Yeah, he would have been the guy that you have talked to when it deals with bringing in artists, bands, for the outdoor
actually,
events.
I talked to someone different as a young lady, but I'm sure Tim's still there. I'd love to say hi to him.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about as well. Yeah, she assists him on that kind of stuff. And there's the guy that's upstairs in the office too that does that. But yeah, they do outdoor events on the street. Once things open up, I was just over there. Last week I was over there dropping some stuff off, and he says that they're not yet open for outside ministry yet. They're still holding off. So
right.
I'll let you know. We should stay in contact. I'll let you know.
I know. Yeah, totally. Well, every time we plan a road trip down south, I'm going to reach out and see if something can be worked out that weekend. We'll see.
We'd love to team up with you, my friend.
Yeah, totally.
Totally. And meet in person.
Hey, when our band comes down, why don't you guys could open at Angel City for us?
That sounds good.
That would be
cool.
Great.
Yeah.
Now, by the way, the little guitar there is really cool. Now, is that in standard tuning?
It's tuned like a ukulele, but it has 2 extra strings, so it's actually A to A. So you can play all the ukulele stuff on here, but then you got 2 extra strings. So you have to think of it as, if you're a guitarist, as you are, a guitar capoed 5. So that would make everything in A tune. Right.
But because I thought I saw familiar looking chords with where your fingers were.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's the great part of it. It's transferable. Everything on guitar is transferable here, except it sounds very different. Like when you capo something 5, right? You lose something on the guitar, right? But this has the same depth as a classical guitar. It's an amazing instrument. It's
that's neat.
Yeah. The luthier is Pepe Romero. And his junior, and his dad is a well-known classical guitarist, and then this pineapple shape is from Daniel Hull, the 6-time Grammy winner. So this is his design, and so Daniel and I are friends. And when I saw this, I saw Daniel playing this over at the NAMM show one time, and I said, "Dude, I want that."
Well, I love that it's in a similar tuning because I would go into a store and pick up a ukulele and try to do something when it's like, no, I'm totally lost here, man.
Oh, it's actually not bad if you get used to it. I was forced to get used to it, so.
Yeah, yeah. All righty. Well, let's hear some more music, guys. We're really
All right.
digging this.
All right. So this one I wrote. It's called "I'm Coming Home." So back in the day, I used to be what's known as a hoot musician. So I played on this farm, this famous farm. It's called the Urban Homestead, and it's a farm built right in the heart of of Pasadena, and it's about it's an amazing place. And so one day we were playing out there. I had just finished a gig, and I said, "Man, I didn't get a chance to play enough. I just did a church gig." And then one of my friends, his name was Jimmy Yamagishi, he says, "Calvin, why don't you come out to Urban Homestead? They have this beautiful garden, but Calvin, they don't have any mics." And I was going like, "What's that all about?" So, but then once I got there, it was an amazing thing. And then all these guys were just jamming along acoustically, and then we just started playing, and then it got really crowded in this beautiful garden that was all edible. And we were kind of going, wow, it's like, this is kind of a cool place. And then so we went a few times, and it got so crowded that the founder, his name was Jules Gervais, he goes, "Well, Calvin, I'd like to start, something different, because there's so many people, maybe give them more opportunities. So I'm going to open up my barn." And I go, "You have a barn?" It's like, we're in Pasadena, right? I was like, he goes, "Oh yeah." So he had a barn, and then we started this thing called Urban Homestead, and all the musicians would come out, play on a sing-along hootenanny night on a Sunday night, and there were a couple of rules. The rules were, if you come and you bring an instrument, you're going to play it. And then if someone comes, if you're playing a song and they walk up to them and they walk up to you to join you on stage, the answer is yes, they're going to play with you. And so and then that it became the coolest thing. Nowhere else in Southern California was there a place like that. Musicians came from all over the world. We were on the World Wide Web, and we became famous in our own right. And it was a 6-year gig, and it was just like one of the greatest experiences I ever had in terms of learning how to improvise on the spot, because we never practice. You start to play a song, and then you say what key, and that's about it. And then you join in, you bring an instrument, a percussion instrument, a guitar, a mandolin, banjo, and we just start playing. And then people would swear that we rehearsed it, but we never rehearsed. And that's how I learned to be more of an improv musician. I got past my jitters and stuff like that. And then I started picking up other instruments. And so that's how I got started becoming a roots musician.
Yeah.
And so this song, "I'm Coming Home," is a song that I did in tribute of the late founder Jules Gervais, and we did a nice video for NPR, and we had a very famous artist named Pete Morris draw or paint while we were actually doing the song.
Yeah.
So this is a new version of it. So I have this fabulous guitarist here, Brother Phil, and I'm gonna play it for you for the first time using a guitar lately. Never been done before. Okay?
All right.
You know what? Hold on a second. We forgot to capo it.
I thought it felt a little easier.
Yeah. Okay. Before I want to show you this though.
Yeah.
This thing is called a Kaiser double drop D K lever. They don't make them anymore, so I'm gonna put this on, and you're gonna hear something amazing out of it. Okay. So
Okay.
we're gonna do it in key of D. All right.
I can go up a whole step.
Yeah, it sounds better, I think.
That something was different. Okay.
Ready?
You don't need your other capo on there?
No.
Oh, that's right. Okay, here we go.
I'm Coming Home.
1, 2, 3, 4.
spirits high with clear serenity. I'm coming home. Lord, I'm coming home to you. I'm coming home. Lord, I'm coming home to you. Seems like only yesterday when I was all alone. I didn't have a friend in the world, yet you took me in your arms. There's a blue sky rising beyond the stormy sea. You clear the darkness with your sunlight for me. No more reflecting on past mistakes and wrongs. I'm moving forward bound and living a new song. I'm coming home. Lord, I'm coming home to you. I'm coming home. Lord, I'm coming home to you. Seems like only yesterday I was all alone. Didn't have a friend in the world, yet you took me in your arms. Down through the back roads and the corners of my mind, your love will stay with me beyond the sands of time. I'm singing praises, Lord, of your love and majesty. You lift my spirits high with clear serenity. I'm coming home. Lord, I'm coming home to you. I'm coming home. Lord, I'm coming home to you. I'm coming home. 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 To you.
Very nice. Very nice. So, do you gentlemen have any recordings or anything?
We have some recordings that you'll find them mostly on YouTube, or if you became a Facebook friend of mine, you'll see it on my Facebook page or on our Jazz Roots Experience Facebook. So
Cool. Okay.
I've always believed, like for my music, I really want to share it and not worry so much about making profits or anything like that. The song is meant to be shared, so if you like the song, please share it. And especially when we have social media, it's a blessing to be able to write songs or cover other people's songs, and then be around other great musicians and be able to be used by God. So I encourage you guys, if you ever want to hear more of my music, I got plenty out on YouTube. You just look up my name, Calvin Joe, or you look up the Jazz Roots Experience, or even my other band, which is more of an old man's Mumford and Sons band called the Orange Grove Rangers. So that came out of the farm. So
Cool. So at some point later on, you do be sure to put these links in the comments, so because I know Red loves to forward them onto the Facebook comments.
alrighty,
Totally. Now, did you had another two to do, correct?
one more tune.
Yeah. Here we go. Okay.
So
Oh, by the way, real quick here, while folks are still online, when this is done, there's always an after party where people basically connect to a different Zoom meeting to hang out and fellowship and just debrief and really just hang out and fellowship. So don't log off too quick. Red will post a link in the Facebook comments for you to get there. So anyway, I just want to throw that out before I forgot. So you guys carry on.
all right, so
Cool.
go ahead. You had something to say?
No. I agree. I love those after parties. I love the usual suspects.
So our closing song is written by my friend, the blue fiddler. Her name is Lisa Haley. She's a Grammy nominated Cajun songwriter, singer songwriter, and she's a wonderful lady, a believer. And she gave me permission to cover one of her songs, and I even I had a chance to have her play it with me on the blue fiddle out at some of the festivals, and so when I first heard this song, the song is called "Always Be Your Guide." I was just so moved by it. Then later I got to cover it. I had even folks, a sign language ladies group, and they were doing sign language to the song. And wherever I play it, it just touches people's hearts. And usually I have an accordion player with me, but I think Brother Phil will do for me.
Yeah, well, I'll try to fit in somewhere.
So anyway, so again, "Always Be Your Guide" by Lisa Haley. Until the sun turns the color of the night, until the stars fall down out of the sky, he will be here, wipe away all your tears. He will always be your guide. And when the weight of the world's too much for you to bear, when you need a place to let your spirits lie, you just call and he'll take you in his arms. He will always be your guide. He will always, he will always, he will always be your guide. By you forever, he'll leave you never. He will always be your guide. And when the time comes for you to breathe your last,
Jesus will always, he will always, he will always be your God, by you forever. He'll leave you never. He will always be your guide. Jesus will always, he will always, he will always be your God, by you forever. He'll leave you never. He will always be your God. Jesus will always be your God. Jesus will always be your God.
Alrighty. Beautiful, guys. Really, really well done. Great way to top off the evening here.